Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at your whole life. We're going to be looking at your past, present and future. And to do this reading, these are the three piles for today's reading. If you of course prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. Otherwise, you can either pick your pile or piles using the moon card on top of each deck, or using your crystals. Let me show your piles to you. For pile number 1, this is your moon card. There we go. For pile number 2, this is your moon card. And for pile number 3, this is your moon card. As mentioned, if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, let me introduce them to you. For pile number 1, you have the blue lace agate in the shape of a heart. For pile number 2, you've got the carnelian in the shape of a lizard. And for pile number 3, you've got the sodalite in the shape of a pyramid. So, take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. You might just get more perspective about your past, your present, and your future. You know, what you're guided towards are the messages that you're meant to hear. They do help you in many ways, putting the picture together, understanding more about a situation or about your past or your present or your future that you hadn't before, or knowing more about what's to come. And once you're ready, you will find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Please note that in a moment, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you do not prefer, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your signs, then my dear soul family, this part of the introduction was created specifically for you guys. And what I'm going to do in a moment, after some shuffling, is to draw out 4 signs for each pile. Let's go one more time. There we go. Right, so for pile number 1, first sign is Cancer. Second is Taurus. Third is Libra, and fourth is Aries. For pile number 2, the 4 signs are Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, as well as Aquarius. And for pile number 3, the signs are, of course, Scorpio, Leo, Capricorn, as well as Pisces. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your piles using other placements in your chart, feel free to do that. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. You know, guys, I just got hit with an idea regarding the moon, sun, and rising. You can check out the pile with, if like they're separated in different piles, you can check out your moon for the past. You can check out your sun for the present, and you can check out the rising for your future and make the whole reading about that. Just an idea that I got inspired with to let you guys know. If this is something that you too feel inspired to do, you can always do that. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your life. This one moved. Let's put it in the past. Past, whoa, thanks. Present and future. Wow, this deck's already ready. I don't think we need it for the rest of the reading. So as you know, we're taking a look at your past, present, and future. Each one will be on a separate row on its own. All right, so let's get straight into it very quickly. Let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful blue lace agate. Your significator card is the moon card, this specific moon card, which we will use on the side. And your zodiac signs are Cancer, Taurus, Libra, as well as Aries. Welcome to your reading. As I always remind you, if these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Follow your intuition, and if after the reading you felt called to watching the pile with your zodiac sign, you can always do that. Okay, so I think I'm gonna keep this here so we can always see it. And place your cards to the side so that we can pull them out whenever needed. Right, so 1, 2, 3. Can you see that one? Yes, you can. 3 as well as 4. Right, so this one came out. Let's take it. And here, let's take a look at the first card that you have. We're starting off with your past. So, whoa, nice. You've got the sun card, really nice. Okay, you've got the loop, belonging, repetition, change, expectations. All right. You've got the pathless. All right. And you seem like you've got 2 here from this deck. Expectation. Okay. As well as thief. Now let's take a look at your tarot cards. You've got the 3 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, as well as the Sun card. Is there any more cards left? Yeah, we have space for one more tarot card. And you've got the embodiment of cups. This is the King of Cups. So, your past. It looks to me, it started off positive, your life. You had a happy childhood, or at least very early childhood. Like for some of you, it's when you were born. Perhaps your parents really loved you and took care of you. Maybe this represents all early childhood. Some of you, this is all up to teenage years, maybe even your 20s. In any case, I do see that it started off with you with very positive, happy childhood. Now, belonging, pathless, and expectation. It seems here, somewhere along your early years, early 20s, maybe even early childhood, at some point, something was robbed from you, something was taken from you that shattered your heart. And what was stolen for you, it seems like you forever, in your very past, always longed for, always tried to get from the world, always expected and needed. And so with that need and expectation of something that has been robbed from you at an early age somehow, it broke your heart. And this puts you on a loop, a never endless loop of things repeating themselves. Maybe the same story repeating itself with your friends, with your school, with the people that you know. It doesn't have to be people, it could be resources. The same story would repeat itself with whatever phase of your life you're in, and whatever you do, whether you go to work or you don't. Whatever was taken here at some point, and because of how much it shattered your heart, you relived in your past this story over and over and over. And you were always looking for something missing. You were always looking for that which was taken from you. Also, in your past, something very interesting happened. It seems with the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, something first about when you get that which once was stolen from you, it brings you anxiety, because maybe this is like fear of loss of that what you perceive with the Ten of Pentacles as very valuable. When you receive it, it's like your inner child receives it, and it becomes, 10 is an excess of an energy. It becomes more valuable than how it should be regarded or valued. And so this triggers right away a lot of fears. But then I'm hearing an interesting song in my head. I'm friends with the monster inside that's under my bed. And it makes me think, especially that you've got the Sun card and the King of Cups, that at some point in your past, you started befriending these thoughts, these fears, these emotions. You made friends with them. And making friends with the monster or the shadow is not pushing it away or ignoring it or acting like it's not there and feeling the consequence, but talking to it and listening to what it has to say and taking actions as a consequence. So this is all in your past. Wow, I wonder what's going to be in your present. And so it looks here, like in your past, not only were you healing, but there seems to be strong emotional balance in that area. Wow. Very, very interesting. You've reached the shore. You kept running and running and running and trying to heal. That, it seems like you do see it as valuable. But it seems like you've healed, my dear pile number one, that very thing, that monster that's under your bed. And you started enjoying that without fear. What can I say? You've got the Sun card and the King of Cups. This means that in your past, you made peace with that shadow. And this is a huge issue because, guys, wow. It seems like you've healed a huge shadow, something that happened in your early childhood or in your early years where you were really trying to desperately, with the hand here, reach out, try to get it back, try to get back what was lost. And with the pathless, you were really lost. You didn't know what to do. And once you did receive it, it instantly triggered that pain and thus the fear of loss. So to see you having healed it like that and found emotional balance, wow. Perhaps you're supported by a positive childhood, that it started off so beautifully for you because you've got Sun and you came back to your original state, the Sun, back to your power, back to your health, and back to your shining self. You see, I'm noticing something here. Even when you were lost, do you see how this hand is in gold? The yellows are very strong here, the golden hand. So it represents two things, that you were always shining brightly, even when you were broken and sad. And also the golden hand represents Midas touch. So somehow this experience that you've gone through has made you more intelligent in other areas, or it made you an achiever, it made you want to achieve things because you're constantly reaching out. In any case, this is Midas touch in my opinion. And so I feel like whatever you touch now turns into gold, golden hands. In your past here, we're not even taking a look at your present yet, but in the energy of your past, you managed to heal. You are shining bright as your usual self. You came here to shine bright. You got that back. You got emotional balance. And now with that, you've developed great skills. That's very prominent in the energy of your reading. And so you're no longer expecting, you're now enjoying that energy within you. Okay, so that's the very first thing I see in your reading. Your moon card has the owl, and so it shows that you found a lot of wisdom that you were able to feed almost your subconscious mind with. You were able to rewire. Do you see the trees? It looks like neurological neurons in your brain, right? You were able to heal your brain neurons through reflection, thinking of things wisely. That could be reading, that could be you always reflecting on your actions and reflecting on what things mean. Well, you're a deep thinker, maybe you were journaling, but you really reached wisdom here and you're able to have your mind functioning normally. Good for you, my dear pile number one. Great job. I love this for you, especially that you've tackled it early on. All right. So now let's take a look at your present energy. You've got communication. Very interesting, especially that we know that trees all around the forest, they have a network, a great network, communication network, where one tree at one end of a forest can communicate with another tree at the far end of a forest. And even when you take its skin and you plant it somewhere else, this tree would send the needed nutrients to the tree that is now, how do I say it, harboring its kin. So great communication here. And let's see how this fits in your reading. So you've got communication. You've got privileged lady. Wow. Of course, I mean, what would you be healing something like that and having the Midas touch and shining so brightly? Amazing. It seems to me like you are great at communication in your present. It looks like you've developed great communication skills. You're able to talk to anybody, near, far, wherever you are. You've developed great communication skills, and you're obviously a very privileged person. People look at you and think, wow, look at this person, look at the things they have, look at who they are. They must have so many things easy in life. People definitely look up to you, and you are privileged in so many ways. But let's now put the rest of your cards. I don't know why I started analyzing each one on its own, but they really caught my attention. So let's take a look at the rest of your cards, my dear pile number 1. You've got the champion. Guys, what are you doing? Wow. Okay, the privileged champion. Awesome, really cool. Am I missing some cards? No. Yes, I am. This one. The inner demons, something about the monsters under your bed, right? So inner demons, hey, like exactly, made friends with them. Hey, how are ya? Thoughts, feelings, beliefs, they're on your, I was gonna read it, your side. Yes, it is. They're on your side or inside. This definitely talks about how you've changed as a person, how life has changed for you dramatically, especially because you made friends with the monsters that's under your bed. So with your shadow. And when we heal our shadow, we don't get rid of our shadow. It's not like it goes away. We integrate, we become one with it, because the shadow brings us a lot of value and a lot of skills that it learned along the way. So this oneness, you see the yin and the yang, this oneness that you've done with your shadow, the healing you've done, has also brought you a lot of skills today that benefits you a lot. Why am I still talking card by card? I don't know, but your present is so interesting. All right, let's take a look at the rest of your tarot cards first. You've got the 2 of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the 4 of Cups. Oh boy, are you on the verge of great abundance? Oh my God, are you on the verge of great abundance? We'll talk about that in a moment. It looks to me like you're about to take an action now, make a choice with the 2 of Swords, make a move, make a decision, and you're on the precipice of a major move. And look at with the 4 of Cups here, that will about to color your life. You see, it's about to change your life significantly. 4 of Cups is apathy. I would translate it as you maybe didn't care. Also, 4 of Cups is a surprise. So maybe you're making a surprising move, or it could be boredom and inaction. That's also the 4 of Cups. In any case, you're making a major change with your hands, the Midas touch. You're making a major change with your hands that's changing your life completely. There goes the hands here. Right, let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You've got the Two of Pentacles, I'm telling you, you're on the precipice of making a huge decision in your present these days. The Two of Wands, making a decision, making a move. And you've got the Awakening. My God, I love your story. It's so awesome. So, your present moment, I would say, along with the Midas touch, along with your skills, there is strong communication. You're very good at communication. And in general, you're in a time of your life where you're very privileged in many ways, very emotionally balanced. And along with your skills and the skills you've learned as you were integrating your shadow, now you know how our shadow learns some skills to help us cope with a specific situation. The way it helps us with it is often, if not always, toxic. Because while the skill allows us to cope with the situation very well, some people develop a very strong character, but it becomes super toxic where they harm others along with themselves. Some people develop the skill of being super patient. You know, they're going to get what they want and there's nothing stopping them, and so on. And so that's what I mean by we develop skills through our shadow. When we integrate them, when we integrate the light and the shadow, we start using these skills in a balanced way. So we get the advantage of that strong character, for example, without harming ourselves and others. We get the advantage of being patient without being to our own detriment, where we're not moving, for example, and so on. Or not learning when to move on, and so on. So what I am seeing is, this is a time of culmination, where you use all of the things that you've worked hard to achieve and become at this point of your life, where it's all going to start making sense. Why you went through all of the things you've gone through, how the things that you've healed are going to serve you, and also something about the privileges, the great privileges that you have in your life. All of these are at a culminating point where you're going to start using all of this to your advantage. And so with that, you're on the precipice of making a grand decision or applying a grand vision that you have with the Two of Wands. This is going to be a big move, because you're surely stepping outside of your comfort zone from land to water. It's like you're going to be trying something you've never tried to do before. You don't know what to expect in there. You're excited with the Spirit of Cups, definitely. But you're also, I would say, I don't want to say naive because that's not the right word. Page of Cups is they love something so much, but they're oblivious to what they're going to face. Very similar to Fool energy. The Page of Cups follows what they want. They're so excited about it. They're jumping up and down, but they're oblivious to what lies deep beneath the water, the deep seas. So I would say there's so much that you're gonna learn ahead. And if you want a little guidance with the Knight of Pentacles, this is saying take it easy, take it slow. But one result is definitely that I can foresee for you is in the future right there. Abundance upon abundance upon abundance is awaiting you, and it's awaiting for you to take the step. So this is not to scare you. This is to just let you know that with every new beginning, with every new experience that we've never got into before or ever tried, that will be the case. That doesn't mean we shouldn't take action. It just means to take it slow and be careful. That step that you're envisioning and that huge decision that you're going to be taking is going to take you on a different path than the one you're already in. You've got the key to opening it up. You got the tools. You got everything that you need to go through this path, including who you've become as a person. And the Four of Cups really shows here that you are going to color your life with that move that you're about to make now. In fact, with the Awakening in the Judgment card, there is a huge revival in a specific area of your life, like you're really moving upwards. For example, if this is financial, there's a huge level up there. If this is experience, there's a huge level up there. If you're gonna like make a move and ask someone out, whatever this is, there's a huge level up there. Whatever this decision is, there's a strong rise that is about to start in your life right now, these days, my dear pile number 2. And as mentioned, this is going to happen through a combination of your great skills, in general, the things you know how to do, your great communication skills, the privileges that you have, along specifically with the talents and the, didn't we say your shadow gave you talents? Interesting, right? Along with like the skills that you have with the champion, it's the skills that everybody says, whoa, you're awesome at that. How'd you do that? And along with the specific skills that your shadow has taught you from your past experience. So behold, my dear pile number 2, you're definitely right now on the precipice of great change and great level up. And you can foresee in your card already that through consistent effort, you will have abundance upon abundance upon abundance. I can't even begin to explain to you in your future. Okay. Sorry, I noticed I said pile number 2. I mean pile number 1. My great apologies. Okay, so now let's take a look at the third energy, which is the future, your future. So you've got earthquake, a huge shakeup is happening, right? You've got 2 cards here. House. Some of you are gonna own a house, a very nice house. Some of you are gonna have children. All right, so very specific what is there. You've got a child, you've got house, you've got earthquake. Right, I also see the symbolism behind it, which I'll let you know about in a moment. You've got the brain, memory, personality, thought, use it or lose it. Okay. Now, let's take a look at your tarot cards. You've got the Page of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, you've got the Ten of Cups. Wow. Your cards are awesome. Let's take a look at the rest. You've got, 6 of Wands. Oh my God, this definitely spells out rich and famous. And if you don't want to be famous, so sorry about that. Looks like it's gonna happen here. All right. Oh, you know, this actually reminds me of a verse in The Monsters that's under my bed. Isn't like the beginning verse of Eminem when he comes in, he says something like, I wanted my music to be popular, but I didn't want the fame. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers. Something like that. Let me Google this because I remember something like that in the song. Hold on. There, I Googled it. I wanted the fame, but not the cover of Newsweek. Oh well, guess beggars can't be choosy. Wanted to receive attention for my music. wanted to be left alone in public. Excuse me for wanting my cake and eat it too, and wanting it both ways. So yeah, I do foresee, especially that it's connecting with the song, that there is wealth and fame here that's coming with it. Do we have space? Yes, we have space for one more card. You've got the Lover's card. Okay, so let's now take a look at your future. There's a huge shake-up happening in your life. And it's not a shake-up, a destructive shake-up, because you've got the house. House is stability, strong foundation. And so this simply means a huge shake-up in everything you know, in the life that you're already living, your everyday experience. Many things are changing in your future. I see luxury. I see a luxurious home for you. I see stability. I see a loving home. In fact, you've got lovers and child here, so that could be like an extra detail, but some of you will be living in a beautiful home with a beautiful lover, an awesome lover that you love, and you will have children. But if you already are, then it means that you will all be living in a beautiful home together. But symbolically, this means that what you started here, remember in your present, what you're about to start, is going to start growing in a healthy way for you. So it's going to be really awesome in your future. And as a result, there's luxury, there's great stability, but there's also great change. And do not take the great change lightly. The energy is strong with the earthquake. There are so many changes. Expect major changes, like maybe even changing the place where you live, drastic change, guys. Maybe some of you will be changing friends, changing the people that you know, changing jobs, like maybe you will be changing careers. Where did we see a different path? Ah, yes. So huge changes in your life, to a degree that you won't believe. So much so that when these changes start to happen, and you're gonna look around mesmerized at how your life so quickly changed so drastically. The people you talk to, where you are, what you have, what you experience every day. Some great, some may not be so great. Everything has pros and cons. And so I think definitely part of these major changes here that may not be so good is the fame that you're going to have. Just like we saw with Eminem's first lyrics to the song, of how Eminem wanted the success but didn't want popularity to take his freedom from him. So, yeah, there will be cons, guys. I mean, I have to be honest with you here. There will be cons. The con here seems to be huge attention, like extreme, where it could benefit you in so many ways. Your reputation will be to the roof, and you will be so happy with the 10 of Cups. But and look, your reading is like kind of opening the veil to give you a peek into your luxurious, beautiful future. The one where you're going to be so fortunate in. And this is with the Page of Wands. It's a new page in your life, a new chapter of excitement, of huge manifestations, of many things changing. Part of that is extreme popularity. And that will come with a cost, for sure. It will come with great advantages that you will love, but it will come at a cost. Some of you might find this person, due to the placement of the card, in that time of popularity, that like you're the person that you will love the most, the person that you choose, you would always have wanted during that time. Perhaps because of the attention, you get to find each other quicker, maybe. And you will be living in a luxurious home together. but not necessarily. Maybe you're already in a connection, and if you're not, this definitely means that in your future, in this coming phase of your life, you are meeting the one. And finally, you have great emphasis on your brain. And I'm seeing this literally. In your near future, it says, with all this luxury and fame, it's very tempting to let go of what you work hard to do. Let go and not use your talents anymore, because now you've achieved it and you're happy with what you achieved. You've got here great guidance. So you've had guidance here on what you should do when you start, but you also have guidance here in your near future. And it is never stop doing what you're good at, because this will always feed your mind and make you healthy. You working on what you love and what got you in this place in the first place is very important, because there's something about your guides showing you, if you don't use it, you know, it's not going to be as strong. Your mind's not going to be as strong. Your skills, your abilities aren't going to be as strong. And you don't want to lose that, you know? So you're getting guidance of, despite the temptation of having it all in life. Like this is when someone would go, throw the key, thank you, got everything I want in life, bye. But you're really tempted not to do that, because it is that gives you life, that gives you health, and most importantly, that gives you great mental abilities for as long as you live. Awesome story, my dear pile number 1. I wish you the best of luck with your present and your future. Great healing towards your past. This was your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today that's the first part of your reading. Today we're taking a look at your story, past, present, and future. 2. And we're gonna do the reading with each one in a row on its own, so that we get full details of what you're meant to hear regarding them. All right, so these are ready. The rest of the decks, I'll shuffle them. Note that any of the decks that I use, I always list them down in the description box for you guys. And very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Carnelian in the shape of a lizard. Your significator card is past lives, which we will place in a moment, right there. Right, and if you've picked your pile using, your cards are getting ready. So that's pile 1. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Aquarius. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Follow your intuition. And if after the reading you feel called to watching the pile with your zodiac sign, you can always do that. Okay, so your cards are ready. Let's place them to the side so that we can draw them whenever needed. And we'll first take a look at your past energy and see what you're meant to hear with regards to that. Okay, so past, you've got the cartographer. Really nice. Cartographer. You know, there's a map. Maybe some of you have moved around a lot from one place to another. Just an intuitive thought. The cartographer. You've got erosion. Well, let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You've got the bear. patience, boundaries, wait for the right moment. And you've got... It's interesting, you know, we can see a desert here. That's a polar bear. Like, I'm instantly seeing the idea of extremes somehow. Maybe your environment went from one extreme to another. Something like that. Let's see. You've got poverty. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you've got the Nine of Wands, the Page of Wands with playfulness, Nine of Wands, exhaustion, playfulness. You've got the Nine of Swords with sorrow. Wow, you really had the highs and lows here. The highs and lows is all over this reading. And we've got two cards here. The Rebel, that's the Emperor. And you've got the Page of Swords with mind. My goodness. Let's take a look at this reading and see what it's showing. All right. Something about movement, or it doesn't have to be movement. It could be changes of environment. And it seems like growing up, you've had to go through many changes in environment. Sometimes with the desert and the North Pole here with the bear, or the pole, from one extreme to the other. Now, this may seem, you might wonder why, but there's something about your past lives, something about many things actually that your soul needed to heal from past lives in this lifetime. So you're not like healing just one thing or experiencing one thing. Your soul will find out perhaps wanted to experience one thing or the several things from your past lives. And that's why you may have seen yourself move a lot or get into extreme environments, very different from each other. But there's a highlight with poverty here towards something that you lacked, or something that you lacked, also something about having to do something in your childhood that you felt was not fair, that maybe other children didn't have to do. Like maybe something in your family dynamics, something that you saw other children have, but you didn't have. And I say that because depicted in this poverty card is what is it called? Chimney cleaner, who's a child. And so I see you had to do something as a child, or had to experience something as a child that you always looked around and felt like other children did not have to experience. And so there was a huge lack in that area. And you can see it here in your past. There was a lot of sorrow and anxiousness. This is the Nine of Swords. And it's interesting that we've got sorrow and the Nine of Swords. It's kind of like developing both extreme sadness and anxiety. This figure is depicted as a monk. You have gone through, we'll get back there in a second. You've gone through many lifetimes, my dear pile number 2, if you were drawn to this pile in one way or the other. You've gone through many lifetimes. You've got a lot, you're wrapped, you're equipped with a lot of knowledge or wisdom, soul wisdom, that maybe many around you don't have. So you're very lucky in that regard. You remember almost a lot of the things you've learned from your past lives. But that didn't stop you from experiencing through the extremes, the highs and the lows, through the changes, the moves, the change of environment, and through the very thing that you felt was unfair when you were a child. It developed great sorrow and stress, do you see here, that brought a lot of exhaustion to your system, to your physical body. I also see, due to the highs, because you went through extremes here, sometimes it was when you felt it was bad, it felt so bad. But also, not many people get to go to the North Pole, so there are privileges here, and you can see with the Page of Wands. So it's like a combination. Your soul wanted you to experience extreme energy. And so interestingly, in your story, there also seems to be extreme privileges, going maybe experiencing things that going where not many people went, or experiencing things that not many people had. And so thus, with playfulness, the Page of Wands, you've also experienced in your past great highs, great fun, great joy, and great excitement. And so you grew up with these two energies. Do you see how when the monk is crying, the doors are opening, at least? So first of all, this is talking about how that intensity of sadness has allowed you to quickly connect to the stars, to the heavens, quickly find your way quickly back to your knowledge, to your intuition, through your crown chakra, opening up. I don't know how, is that even like a thing? When you're sad, maybe it's not the sadness, maybe you seeking the knowledge when you were sad, or trusting your intuition, I'm not sure, but something about how you felt pushed you. Oh, sometimes it's empathy. Having great empathy allows us to connect. Yeah. So something about your experiences, perhaps this is why your soul wanted you to go to extremes. Like, your soul knew you were going to figure it out and become even stronger. We're getting there, right there now, and it's in your past, so very interesting. But there's something about how your soul wanted you to go through these experiences, so that in this lifetime, not only do you experience many of the things you went through in the past, maybe this is acting as closure, or maybe it's giving you one benefit or the other. It's definitely there for a reason. It's benefiting you and has benefited you for a reason. But the extremities, both extremes, allowed you to connect straight to heaven, open up your crown chakra, and receive messages, learn how to receive messages, learn how to reconnect to your wisdom, which obviously you always wore. Nobody can take that from you, but to connect more, remember this knowledge, attune to this knowledge again. So it looks like in your past you had to go through a lot of mental healing with this Page of Swords. You worked hard in your past to figure things out. You're a thinker here with the Page of Swords. A thinker who's privileged with past life knowledge. And look at that, fumes. Look at the chimney cleaner here, right? In this card. And then we've got chimneys, right? So this is interesting. So you've managed. No, I need to reflect on this. Hold on. You've learned skills through the unique experience you've gone through. And although it looked at the time like it was an unfair experience, you're holding tools here. You gained tools that were the very thing allowing you to clear up the chimney of your mind, to clear out, think well, understand the experiences you are currently going through to reach great mental health because of all of the colors and the chakras and the hair of the emperor. Great mind. Something about the unfair things that you've gone through in your past gave you maybe unique thinking tools, or gave you thinking tools, yeah, or you've learned how to think and do something healthy in your childhood. So here this means your coping mechanism as a child was healthy. That's awesome. Yes, because you were equipped with your past life. This is interesting. So due to the past lives that you've gone through and the wisdom that you've already gained through from one life to the other, you've been here for a long time. You've been round. Well-rounded soul, can we say? Well-traveled soul. And so instead of developing a toxic behavior in childhood to cope, you've actually used that past life wisdom to train yourself to cope properly in this childhood unfairness. Right? With that, with these skills from a very early childhood developed, that allowed you to heal many mental issues developed from the very experience, allowing you to discover them, understand them properly, and even clear them out, release them. Very interesting. And today, in the past, you have managed, I have to show you this. You've managed to break the most grand limitation. You've succeeded in breaking the biggest limitation that your soul wanted to come here to break. You broke a karma with your hard work. And that karma was limiting your experience from one life to the other, to experience something, to do something, to have some specific experience. It was limiting you in a specific story. It was limiting you to move. You just had to break that karma. And thus, this is why your soul wanted you to experience these extremes. It's like perhaps in one lifetime you were about to make it and break this karma in this environment, but you barely made it. So in another lifetime you've gone to this extreme and you're about to break it, but you didn't. You maybe gone there too late or whatever, or there was a war not allowing you to take full advantage. You didn't have full access. So it seems like in this lifetime your soul put you in these different places or these different extreme environments because it knows that there's only little work left to break out of it. And so it puts you in these different experiences and this unfairness because that was the perfect ambiance, perfect combination of circumstances that allows your soul to break free from it. The highs, the lows, all. And while your soul understood that it would compromise how you feel, it would compromise even your physical body from the beginning, it also knew that this will connect you very quickly to the knowledge that you're meant to receive for this mission, and something in your past you can see that you have, maybe there's more to work on, but mentally you have broken free from a huge karma that always brought you back. You see the same funnel, always brought you back to the same lesson, It's like a cycle that you could not break free from. And you not only came here to break it, but you already broke it. Give yourself a pat on the back, my dear pile number 2. Great work here. And you've become much stronger. And right away, your destiny is changing. You're with the wings. You're rising above this karma. And you're going to be experiencing changes in this lifetime as well as the lifetimes, if you are coming back, forever due to that break. Everything is easier moving forward after this break. Good job. Oh my God. My dear pile number 2. Okay, so that is what I see in your past energy. Okay, my dear pile number 2, let's now take a look at the present energy. What do we see in your present energy? You've got the walker. Okay. You've got family room. Nice. Okay, really nice. You've got air, a breather. You're in a breather because you've got air and you've got family room. Family room is comfort. I see that your journey is calm now. Your life is giving you a break. It's a breather. It's all good now. Your path is clear. It's bright. The sun is rising, clearing out the karma that you were about to get into. The sun is rising. It's all really good now. Really nice to see. 1, 2, 3. We didn't pull out this one. And you've got the knot. Entangled relationships. Hold on loosely, but don't let go. Okay? Right? Hold on loosely, but don't let go. This could be talking about you being in a nice relationship. Maybe you found a good family. Maybe you've got a nice group of people around you. And it's like entangled relationships. Hold on loosely, but don't let go. It's kind of like don't be attached to people, but it's also there for you to enjoy at this phase of your life. Enjoy it. They're there to stay with you, but don't need just enjoy. It seems in your present that you're in a breather. You're living a very comfortable life with the family room. You're enjoying your life. And you know you have a path. You know where you want to go. You're moving towards it. And the sun rises every minute. It's rising constantly for you. It's like it's becoming even more bright as you move along your path. It's really all good at the moment for you. So nice to see that for you. I love that for you. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You've got the 5 of Cups with clinging to the past. God, the chitter chatter. Unbelievable. Okay. You really had like awful connections in the past. Talking. So 5 of Cups is crying over spilt milk. I do see you're still crying. And specifically with the talking about maybe things that were said to you in the past or something. But you see, somehow the sorrow connected you to a little bit to the sky or to the heavens. Look at you being in the heavens. So if you were as a child and growing up wise for your age. Old soul is definitely something you were described as. Old soul, wise for your age. Now it's on another level. Woo! You're directly connected to the stars here. But this could be past life as well, right? This could be talking about not just the sadness that you have experienced in your childhood or in the past. This is also carrying the load of sadness from past lives that you're releasing. Ah, that makes so much sense. You know what this breather is for? This is a breather for you to allow to spill that, to heal that, all these sadness. Because if you've got sadness with sorrow here and fears with the Nine of Swords, this is not just from this lifetime. This is you carrying the load on your shoulders from this life and many past lives before. You finally found a breather because you've broken out of a karma that your soul was desperate to break out of. You weren't going to get a breather without breaking free from it. Even the highs were designed for whatever it is you're going through or you had to go through to break it. And now is a breather because, first of all, it allowed you to look at other missions that your soul wanted to achieve. Now you can focus on that and things you want to achieve. But most importantly, this breather, sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm just, what is this? Is this a gift? Oh, it's a flower. It's a lotus flower. You've risen to the top. Absolutely makes sense. You've now risen to the top. So not only is it's allowing you to have the space, the tranquility, and the safety to release all of the emotions and the noise and the energy that's moving with you from one past life to the other, one past life to the other, one past life to the other, including this life. You've got a heavy load, and this is going to be a long, nice breather, allowing you through the comfort, the nice connections, the lack of extreme action, to walk calmly and tranquilly on your path so that you have the time to release these emotions. Now, whatever release works for you, is it by sitting comfortably? Is it by crying it out? Is it by being in a comfortable place as these memories arise? Whatever healing means to you, but it's definitely a breather so you can now deal with that load. Exactly. Deal with that. Deal with your baggage. Okay, so now let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You've got the Hanged Man with new vision. You've got the King of Cups with healing. The Seven of Swords with politics. And you've got the Three of Swords with isolation. And that's melting here. There's a lot of sadness for sure that you are releasing at this phase of your life. And while you may be putting on a happy mask on, it's not really yet the full truth. Because as you can see, there's a lot of healing going on at this phase of your life. Especially with this huge snake in the Seven of Swords. I feel like you are releasing some tricky energy. And it requires honesty. You see, you're not guided to put on a happy face all the time, that it's okay for you to experience these emotions in order to release them, because these emotions with isolation are kind of isolating you a little bit. And while maybe you've got a nice family, a nice friend group, it's perhaps preventing you from experiencing more of life, doing certain things. It's isolating you from one thing or the other that you want. That's very important. And so at this present moment, I am seeing that you are releasing these emotions, healing from them, you're regaining your power. And my dear pile number 2, it is only a matter of time. The more you release, the more you focus on healing, and the key word here is focus. The more you focus on healing, the more you will get there. And you will be able to melt all of this ice, all of the sadness that's been accumulating from one life to another. Yeah, it's only a little time before you're able to release them. Tricky or not, it's gonna go. Yeah, it's just gonna go. So focus on yourself, focus on your body. Healing your body as well is a very strong energy here. This could be representing the intestines as well. So focus on your intestines. Snake also is poison, like a detox. Could be focusing on detox. So you're like, this is a recuperation period in the story of your life, where life is now designed to give you so much comfort for you to now start moving, because with the sun, you've got another important soul mission that you're here to do. Maybe you're here to illuminate others or something, but you definitely have another soul mission here. And it's really awesome that you got to finish one and move on to the next. Awesome. Yeah. The people around you now are part of your path towards this illumination. They're part of your path in this journey of healing. For some of you, it's 2 people here. I see 2 pictures on the wall, but very too detailed, but it's there. And yeah, take care of your body, take care of your emotions, take care of your spiritual practices, and don't ever label yourself or think that you've got to be happy all the time for that type of release. I do see that with the Hanged Man, that you are changing, and although it looks like it's stagnant in terms of not much action happening, this is an equally important time and equally important phase, because with the circle, triangle, and the square together, this is the Philosopher's Stone turning regular metal into gold. And so it might look like regular, like calm life, but it is the space that is allowing you to change into your gold version of yourself, and that's the spiritual path, spiritual growth. So you're really growing in this path. You're getting the space to heal and find yourself again, my dear pile number 2. So yeah, take all the time needed here. It's gonna be, everything around you is gonna be helping you to reach that state. And you can see it even in the Hanged Man, reversal of the situation and reversal of you, with you now starting to think differently with new vision. You can see someone crawling, absolutely tired, to someone who's standing up straight, confident, and ready to rumble. Right? So yeah, this is an important phase of your life where you're recuperating. Life is treating you so good, so that you are able to find your strength back. Yeah, that is exactly what I see in your present position, my dear pile number 2. Let's now take a look at your future and what you can expect in your future. What's your story in your future? So, you've got the Poet. Let me remove this. You've got the Poet. And you've got 2 cards here, actually. Oh my God, this card came up exactly in pile number 1 and exactly in the future part. I would say if you're drawn to pile number 1, I highly recommend it. So you've got the inner demons with thoughts, feelings, beliefs. They're on your side or your inside. Okay. I see with the poet here, you're rewriting your fate, rewriting your karma with the two major goals that you have, two major spiritual goals that you have achieved in your lifetime. What an achiever! Two huge spiritual goals. Pat yourself on the back. Oh my God, superhero pile. So now that you not only broke a karma, but also healed properly in your present as you're going through that, you can see that your future, you've rewritten, literally, you've rewritten what you were going to experience because of the great work you've done here and there. I will tell you the same thing as pile number 1 with the demons. It's like you made friends with your shadow, you united your shadow. It's your shadow here in your future, due to the healing here, your shadow is no longer your number 1 enemy. Here in your future, your shadow has become your friend. And you can see, hey, what's up? So it's no longer your enemy that is the number 1 thing that's standing in your way. So you've got the poet, you've got inner demons, you've got the queen. Ooh, love that for you. Perfectionism rules, you will step out alone. All right, so obviously you've gained a lot of power. You've gained a lot of power, respect. You've owned many things in the future. You're highly respected. Oof, big power here. You're a leader also in your future. Let's find out more. You've got change. And do you see with the spiral? You have brought all of the negative energy, the karma, the clouds around your aura, whatever that is, whatever there was around, out of your system, out of your life story, and you've created drastic change. And so this card talks about how your future is going to be far different from anything you've ever experienced in this lifetime and any lifetime before. Even in your highs, even in the unique things you've experienced in your past life, nothing will ever match or feel the same as what you're about to experience in your future once you're done with that stage of healing. So let's explore more about that. You've got, whoa, do you see? You've got the Chariot. You're changing. There's spiritual growth here, turning regular metal into gold. You're integrating your shadow, you're growing, and you're becoming a new person. So that's very clear here. You're becoming a new person, but not a person who hates their shadow, a person who has befriended their shadow. Person who's okay with whatever happened and learned how to heal it and learned how to use it to their advantage. They're your friends now. So you've got the Chariot. Wow, it says beyond illusion. This is the Judgment card. Your minds change, your karma is changing, you're transforming. Talk about spiritual growth. Talk about ending karmas, closure, transcending a specific level. And with beyond illusion and awareness, you're going to start seeing things beyond what you even imagined you can experience in any lifetime. This is big energy right there. So let's see what your cards show us. But it keeps hyping us. It keeps showing you don't understand, you don't know. Let's see how you're changing as a person. guys, this is not my fault. Don't shoot the messenger. You've got the 3 wands with experiencing. Again, what can I tell you? There's a huge hype up about you don't understand what type of experiences you're gonna go through and what new things you're about to start and the exciting journeys that you are gonna go through with this type of transcendence. Even I'm curious, like what? Let me know. You've got the 2 of Pentacles with moment to moment. It's like this person, you can see, like the real world is there. You can see the towers, the buildings, the city life in the background. But they, as a healed yogi, are fluttering rather through life, step after step, enjoying it. And so at least the huge clue that I see for you, that life starts moving softly, slowly, and it doesn't matter anymore what goes on the outside world, what economic problem, what political problem, what people, whether people have evolved or not, it doesn't matter anymore. There's euphoria here. You're floating in life, and your life is in color. You're taking it slow because you love and cherish every moment it's giving to you, and it doesn't matter anymore. This is a time of your life where you're so privileged and so evolved, and you've got such nice experiences, maybe so big that cannot be explained, can only be experienced. That's why it says experiencing. That they're not going to show up really in your cards. Yes, it's a privileged life for sure, but can only be understood through experiencing and not through anything that can, any words or anything that can describe it. In fact, that's poetry, understanding more. Like, you've got to be a human being to understand poems, right? Poems is something to experience, really, and not just to read. And so it's the same here. It's exactly the energy of trying to explain to someone who's not interested in falling in love or has ever even fallen in love why falling in love is such a divine experience. Let's say this person in the future does fall in love. No matter how many cards are on the table, trying to explain to this person how much is a healthy, beautiful connection of 2 people in love means, it cannot be really described. It can only be experienced. And that's the sort of energy I see in your future. It's not meant to be described because it's more sophisticated than just writing things down. Poetry is more than that, and you've got to have the depth to understand it. And so is your life in the future. Does it come with all of the awesome things that you would love to experience? Absolutely. But it's far deeper than that. And it's far more valuable than that. And only a transcended, healed soul can genuinely have that type of, escapism, that type of fluttering through life. No matter what happens on the outside, it's not your problem anymore. Nothing bothers you again. You're living such a euphoric life, a comfortable life. You own a lot. You've got the Queen here. Your life is, with perfectionism, your life is, can I dare say, perfect. It really is. You feel so good. You've transcended above all of that. And so you already, starting from this life, as you transcended and grew in your future, you've already started experiencing what it would feel like in the next life or in the next experience that you are going to go through. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. What an awesome reading. This really is magnificent. And it's one of the privileges that I get reading for many others. It's to see stories like that in real life. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, for allowing me to do your reading for you. Thank you for tuning in. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi pile number 3, welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your life, your past, present, and future. To do this reading, I see the 3 ones sticking out. 1, 2, 3, past, present, and future. I'm gonna put this deck to the side and we're gonna be taking a look at each one on a row on its own. So very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Sodalite in the shape of a pyramid, and your significator card is this specific moon card. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Scorpio, Leo, Capricorn, and Pisces. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Follow your intuition always. And if after the reading you feel called to watching the pile with your zodiac sign as well, then please feel free to do that. You can always do that. Okay, so let's place your cards so that they're ready for us to take from during the reading. That's your tarot deck. These are your oracle cards, and let's take a look at your past placement first. So you've got the death oracle card. All right. You've got this one, right? Unexpected income. Strange idea. But some of you had at an early childhood like a huge surge of income come into the family because a parent got some, what is it called? Inheritance. Some of you, I know it's very specific, and I'm sure most of you listening to this part will not resonate with this, but it's something that I saw for someone here listening. Somebody in their past like grew up in a nice life or had at some point good money come in because of inheritance. Very specific, but it's there. All right, I know it's not going to resonate with most of you, but I had to say what I see, the specific details. Right, so you've got the aspirant. All right, you've got the crystal ball, reflection, prediction, leave room in your plans. I have a strong feeling that you had a nice past, my dear pile number 3. You had a good past, it looks like it. You were very wealthy for some of you. In any case, I really feel this is a pile that has had a good life. Right, I'm going to follow my intuition with that. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. You've got the Page of Pentacles. You've got the Magician. The Hierophant. You've got the 8 of Wands, and you've got Page of Pentacles. Guys, this is a pile who had things like well-off parents. Money came in easily to the family or to you. You were very blessed to be able to aspire for things and get them. You did well in your life. Past life, by the way, looks very good. You've got the Hierophant, perhaps chilled parents who are also very well educated, kind parents, a good home, good family. Also, you were someone at an early age who had strong intuition. So you were a privileged person, for sure. You were in touch at an early age with your spirituality or magical skills. You noticed that you've had more grasp, more understanding, more psychic skills than others. You are well educated. You've less like climbing the ladder. Like a lot of you could even have like a university degree, and maybe even more like a good degree, like also a master's degree, something like that. 8 of Wands, maybe well-traveled as well. 8 of Wands, well-traveled, good home, good income, really nice. I'm not sure in that case what is the death card other than the inheritance. What is that? Something here that I'm not seeing. Looking at all the beautiful cards, there's something I'm not seeing with the death card. What is the death card representing here, please? 2 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, and 8 of Swords. Okay, so you did have something that you had to go through, actually. 2 of Swords. Maybe something happened at an early childhood that you didn't see its effects until after passing of time, where you realize that it actually did have a huge grasp on you and did affect you. That could be for some of you like a death of a parent. Maybe it didn't affect you back then, but growing up you realized how the emotions or maybe the need for this parent has resurfaced. Like maybe it's a health issue that you didn't see its great effect back then, but over time it's become a bit debilitating. There's something there with the death card, like something actually happened. Although it's really all good all round, something did happen early on, because that's the first card, that you didn't see its effects that much, but did, by the way, affect you in that it opened up your psychic abilities, which we see greatly in your cards here. That event did affect you spiritually, made you be able to see things, maybe like a parent who helped communicate, like crazy thought, but like help raising you from the other side. It could be somehow this event has increased your psychic abilities, but you didn't really see its effect until you grew up much more, become more aware, and that's when you realized you were really stuck. Although your intuition has increased, but you felt stuck. Are you really stuck? You're not. It's how you're seeing it though, in your past, that event. So perhaps we're not getting details of exactly what that event was, because I believe it's going to differ, that type of experience, from one person listening to this pile to the other, but the energy is the same. It's the energy of losing something big at an early childhood. And although your life was actually comfortable, life was giving, if we can say that. Life was really giving. Gave you so many opportunities, so many travels, good education, good income to live a comfortable life, opportunities to begin the things that were important to you, all around helped you to grow as a person. But there was something here with the death card, something that also transformed you. It was pretty powerful, transformed you as a person at an early childhood in terms of your psychic abilities, but growing up, it started becoming more complicated. It started to becoming more debilitating over the passing of time. I also see something that's very peculiar here, or it stands out. The aspirant, someone who learns, the two keys, right? You've got the Hierophant, education, learning, teaching. And you've got with the Eight of Pentacles, someone learning. So I get this grasp is that you're someone who loves learning. Your environment allows you to learn, and you like when you get into something, you dig deep. You are not the sort of person who can pass by just getting a small explanation to something. And that's due to your psychic ability. You understand that there's always more to things. And so you are the sort of person who always digs deep into something. You really want to understand it. You really want to learn more about it. And so I believe that your soul chose this life because it allowed you to learn. Learning is a very important part of your path somehow, or find out in your life story. But yeah, learning is so important, and the environment as well as the money coming in. As perhaps this is like your ancestors assisting you and your family with good money. You also were able to bring good opportunities to yourself. Money comes easily to you in this pile. And so this is all happening because there's something about you gaining some type of important knowledge that is key to your soul mission. It's key to the heavens. It is key to your soul mission. So that's definitely something I'm grasping for sure here in your pile. Like powerful psychic abilities. And again, these psychic abilities will be one of your major tools that will help you learn more, understand more, be drawn to the right information, find the right information, understand it on a deeper level. Also, you're very in tune with your emotions. Your emotions run deep, and they also, your emotions too, it might sound crazy, your emotions, your senses, something like that, allows you to understand information much better perhaps than most people listening to it. There's something here, there's a huge talent in your mind, an area that is active, has got a lot of neurons, something like that, that allows you to understand emotions and information very well. So yeah, that's definitely something that's popping up in this pile in your past. And yeah, I don't see anything extreme here at all. Nice past, love this for you, except for that loss at a very, very, very early ages. Something happened, maybe something went wrong. It could even be so far, since this is a birth card, since this is the very beginning, like something maybe even happened during birth. So yeah, very early on. But definitely, perhaps you know why birth? Because during that time you're already in access, in tune, so in tune with the universe, with your psychic abilities. And so with something huge happening, perhaps even at birth, because that's the womb, I might be right, moon is motherhood, something may have just happened in the womb, and although you didn't understand it, crazy to think, but it intensified your experience, you connecting more with your psychic abilities, or not losing it. You weren't distracted as you got birthed by the earthly things. You kept that experience allowed you to keep your psychic abilities. It's crazy, but I definitely see it in your cards. But at the same time, this experience, at least mentally, it's not the reality, but mentally rewired some things in your brain. And it's kind of like your brain is convinced that there are some things that you can't do in life, although it's absolutely not true. It's just your brain being convinced about it, but it's that you definitely have the potential to heal and release that through mastery. But yeah, the moon, you're very connected to the moon. Eight of Pentacles shows that this, although this was big, especially that it happened at a very early age, for some of you, most of you actually, even during childbirth, this will be something that you can master. This will be something that you will liberate yourself from. Again, through proper education, whether that's spiritual or our knowledge in this lifetime. Okay, so yeah, that is what I see in your past, my dear pile number 3. All right, so now that we've explored that, let's take a look at your present energy. How is your present like, and what message are you supposed to hear, and what's the energy there? You've got emergence. I love this for you. You're emerging, and it's right under that death card that we saw, which means that you are at a phase of your life where you're starting to emerge from these limiting beliefs, from drowning the emotions. I just understood something from your significator card. This experience affected your emotions deeply. It made you a highly emotional person. And that also assisted in keeping your psychic ability, being in touch with it. This means that although you are a very privileged person, you are also a very empathetic person. You feel for others. You're a beautiful soul who feels for others despite the privileges. Such a sweet person. Okay, so it's kind of like these privileges never got to you. They never defined you. You're not the type of person who would show off your wealth or the advantages that you got. Beautiful, beautiful person. Okay, so here you can see that this is a phase of your life where you're emerging out of these emotions, because like I said here, this affected you emotionally to a great extent, a great deal actually. And this is a phase of your life where it's not like you're not going to be connected to your emotions anymore. You're finding balance. You're rising above the drowning part. You're now coming up. You fell down deeply as a little child, like got maybe hurt or got affected emotionally somehow. And now this is a phase of your life where you're coming out of that. You see? Emerging out of that. So lovely to see. So nice. Okay, you've got, wow, official person. That is strength right there. I mean, an official person definitely represents strength, boldness, someone who knows what to do. Yeah. Do you see all these accolades? And it's kind of like it might be that this is a point of your life where you're getting a lot of accolades, for sure. I mean, you are someone who loves learning, so I'm not sure what you're doing, but you're getting a lot of accolades, collecting, if we can say accolades. But also I'm noticing that since this is next to the emergence card, this is a point right now in your life where you're rising from many things. You're growing as a person, you're becoming stronger, and the accolades could also, along with the accolades you're getting in life at the moment, could be spiritual accolades, meaning you've overcome many things, many things that used to debilitate you. You're winning over them, and you're finding your strength. I love this for you. Oh my God, what an awesome pile. Okay, So you've got official person. You've got the wise one. Absolutely. Okay. You've got the holes, gaps, flaws, weakness. What are you missing? Interesting card, right? Huh. Okay. Interesting cards, interesting pile. Let's take a look at your tarot cards and see what you're up to. You've got the Judgment. I'm telling you, this is a time where you are rising. This cannot be a coincidence. This is the time where you're rising, transcending, healing, finding closure to that situation here. All right. You've got the Devil card. Right. I just realized something here, and I'll just say it before I forget it. You know how when there are layers of issues going on with something, and because there are so many layers, sometimes you don't even know what's wrong until you've fixed many issues on the outer layer, only to discover, oh my God, had we not seen through all of these issues and healed them, we would have never known that this huge situation right there is going on. And so there's the holes allowing you to see beyond what you couldn't see. And so seeing the Judgment card and the Devil card, this talks about how this is a huge situation. And I understand, you know why? And I think I just told you, because having something happen at an early age like that, it hits deeper. Like, we're mature now. When we go through a trauma, go through something big, it's gonna hurt, of course, and it's gonna be traumatic. But a baby going through that's like big. That's more hurtful than any of our experiences put together. And so, although you're lucky in that it didn't affect you in childhood, you know what this reminds me of? You know how when sometimes the brain's response to a trauma is to not give it to you at the moment because it's too big for you to absorb, that it stores it and then later on releases it? I feel like as time goes by, little by little, the trauma started to release, and you seeing its effects. And so, back to this point, this is showing that as you are transcending, more is being released, and then you are discovering more flaws. Flaws is not the right word. More things that you want to deal with. I just followed the keywords here. More things that you want to deal with, like needs, attachments, desires to unhealthy things. More things are being revealed to you as you start to heal and grow and transcend. Many more things that you would have never thought you were experiencing, that you were seeing, that were in the background. It starts to make sense. Oh, so that's why I was dealing with this situation in this way. Oh, so that's why I act like that, or that's why I respond to this like that. And so this is a phase of your life and your life story where you're gaining wisdom, great wisdom, along with the knowledge that you've been lucky to get, and your determination to emerge, your strength. You are rising. And now more so than ever is a time where you're seeing many things that you never thought about yourself or knew about yourself. You're like, oh, so that's what's wrong. Oh, so that's what's affecting this. You're getting insight. You're seeing inside. You're getting a nice peek inside your mind that's been hiding many things. You're like, oh. And you see the bear? There's a hibernation here. Pile number 2 did not have a hibernation. They had something about the present moment being a sort of a break. So I think, although different, if you watch pile number 2, if you have the time and feel drawn to it, you might just get a unique perspective that maybe no one will understand by watching the 2 piles. So I highly recommend it, because there's something about hibernation. You got hibernation. They got in this part something about life giving them a little break. So yeah, if that resonates with you, I highly recommend you check it out. So what are you missing is exactly what's going on here. You're gathering all these spiritual accolades, and also, by the way, you are progressing greatly in life, in this phase of your life, progressing greatly towards your goals and creating a lot of achievements. But most importantly, these are spiritual achievements as well. And you're realizing, just like an onion, while all the layers fall, you get to learn more about the deeper layers. And you're like, oh, I didn't know I had this shadow. Oh, I didn't know I had this desire or need. Oh, I didn't know that's why I was so attracted to this or attached to that. You're just learning more about yourself. And you get you got the 7 of Pentacles. You have the High Priestess. Whoa, the connectivity level is to the roof. Very psychic person. And even so now in your life, you've got the Page of Swords. Do you have space for all? We do. And you've got the Queen of Cups. Your connectivity with the spiritual realm is magic, like no other here. The highly spiritual person in this pile. Look at how education follows you. You see? You're always learning. And so, make no mistake, this is a phase of your life where all of the hard work is paying off. Do you see? You're building new neurological pathways. We were just talking about neurons here. You're building healthier neurons. It's more solid, it's more grounded in reality. It's healthy. Also, these could be nutrients. Maybe you are with the herbs here, also taking good care of your health. And so overall, you're really growing and flourishing as a person. You already had a lovely childhood despite that. And so working on yourself is really making you flourish. And this is a phase of your life, although quite tricky. It needs a lot of understanding and learning and being alert to knowing more about yourself, knowing more about different situations. It's not easy. It's quite tricky. It requires a lot of attention, focus, and learning constantly. But you are on the precipice of getting to the other side. You've done so much work. You are nearly there to the safe zone. And as you are engaging in this growth and transcending, for one reason or the other, your psychic abilities are becoming stronger. You're healing, that's the Queen of Cups, right? You're healing your emotions. You're finding emotional balance with the Queen of Cups. And you are keeping your empathy with the Queen of Cups, but you now know how to manage it in balance. And that, and I'll try to pull out more clarification cards in case you don't know why. Maybe you already know, I'm just here not sure. But in case you don't know why, I'll pull out some cards and understand how is your growth is transcendence. And perhaps as you transcend and find emotional balance, yes, actually it does make sense, because when we grow as people and we find our balance, we do things in a more balanced way, and we remove the energy that is preventing us. Like, the normal thing is to be fully connected, but the limiting beliefs, as well as the what we call negative energy around us, makes it hard for us to connect this way. So without pulling cards, I think it does make sense that your psychic abilities are becoming stronger. You're already in tune with that. And as you heal, you become even more in tune. This is big because you will be able to do things psychically, and that's going to be a surprise, by the way. Something about your crown chakra. You will be able to, crown chakra, highly psychic person. You will be able to experience things, do things that a lot of people can't. That's not really common. Well, I do see the Manaz rune here. Could be talking about your interconnectedness, communication with others, like psychic communication with others, telepathy maybe. It could be, you know how people close their eyes and be able to see what's going on, remote seeing, I think it's called. There's something about, or maybe connectedness to the heavens, like you're able to predict, see what's going to happen to you and others. I'm seeing big psychic abilities. I'm not seeing small ones at all. Maybe you're able to foresee with the Thurisaz rune, like things that are not preferable, like bad things before they happen, so that you can adjust it and control it before it happens. As well as see the unknown, see the fate of things before they happen, because you've got the Peroth rune as well. Laguz, cleanse, you're able to heal through your psychic ability. It might sound crazy to you now, but these things are opening up. And if you ever choose, as you finish this healing journey, we never finish, but you know what I mean, when you transcend, when you heal these layers, if you ever decide to tune to any of these 4 areas, you will be able to do it. You will be able to experience these. You have these gifts that are opening up. You're reconnecting back to them when this healing journey, when you reach the other side, when you heal what you're so focused on healing in this part of your life. Now, talking about the worldly things, this is a time where you're collecting many accolades. Like, in my opinion, this means you are making many achievements in this phase of your life. Like, you're reaching a lot of your goals, and it's not the small goals, it's the big ones. You've had goals that you've always wanted to achieve, and this is the time of your life where you're finally going after them, getting them, claiming them as your own, and having it as your regular part of your life. Your achievements are happening in this phase of your life. Okay, so now let's take a look at your future energy. So let's pick this one up first. You've got the vessel, circulation, movement, contained but in motion. Something about your body becoming very healthy in your future. Are you growing younger? My dear pile number 3, it looks like it. Okay, you've got community. Love this for you. All right. You have the pathless. Okay. Which one are we missing? This one. And you've got coffin. Okay. You have strength right off the bat, and it's loud and clear. You're changing. Didn't I tell you? You're changing, you're becoming stronger, and you're growing younger. You've got the Three of Cups, something strong here about community. You've got the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Empress, as well as, wow, the Queen of Pentacles. Empress, Queen of Pentacles shows right away great abundance. You started off with abundance. Maybe you're creating your own wealth here with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. In your near future is very clear. You're going to be living a life that you love. You're going to live in abundance. You're going to live a comfortable, luxurious life, but one that you've created with the Queen of Wands. You've worked so hard, obviously, and you deserve all of the luxuries and the things that you will be living in. This is like made, self-made abundance right there. I see so many things. Let's take them little by little. First off, let's take a look, talk about the results that we've been so focused on in your reading here. You've worked so hard on yourself too, not just the worldly things, if we can say that. You've worked so hard on yourself, and you can see here that you're transforming. You're becoming stronger, a much stronger person. You're finding your balance, and something about your physical body becoming stronger and healthier, more attractive for sure. Also, there's something in your future about having a beautiful community that you will love. A community that is diverse, but it's one that works harmoniously together. A community that, although is different, each one's got their own characters, got their own life, it's got their own culture. The essence is the same. And all of you are connecting together beautifully. With the Pathless, I feel like this is a community that's not connecting towards a specific goal. This is a real community that is connecting for the sake of connection. It doesn't have any goals that makes them meet up. It doesn't have, which there's nothing wrong about all the other beautiful communities. They're here to do something awesome and they love each other. But all I'm saying in your reading is that this is a community who's there just to be there for each other. You guys are not tied down by goals, by money, because you live in the same neighborhood or you work in the same area. You genuinely want to connect because you understand the essence of each other. You love spending time with each other because and for each other. That's very strong here in your reading about your future. Beautiful, connecting with beautiful people. Like such a healthy life overall. Great health emotionally and physically. Great community. Looking your best. And what are we seeing here with the coffin? I need some clarification cards. What are we seeing with the coffin here, please? Is that like your old you dying and you is forming? Perhaps. But I should check. King of Swords. Yes, that's great news, don't worry. Ten of Pentacles, King of Swords. This is exactly what I thought. This is a new you emerging, you becoming so blessed, and this talks about how your old life is out of your life. This is symbolizing, because there's something about people here you keep getting. Do you see? I feel like you're forming your own family, forming your own community, wonderful community. So I feel like in your future, you genuinely, in the past, when it comes to all the toxic things, Could be toxic thoughts, toxic ideas that you had. That's all in the bin. Toxic people. You've weeded out all the toxic people out of your life. Anything that you believe does not fit your life, you have the boldness of throwing it out of your life. Especially that you can see here that with your new formed powerful way of thinking, you becoming a powerful person, you're constantly removing all these limiting beliefs that maybe other people have, not just you. You're breaking out of limitations that even other people are stuck in. You're finding out more about what you can be, what you can do, and you can see it here. There are so many limitations that you're going to break free from, especially societal limitations. And these will help you escape many traps, and that's very important in your future. It will help you escape many traps that people on earth fall into, and this shows that you will create your own world. And so giving your back to anything, maybe for some of you, you're going to be living in a remote place that's very comfortable, or letting go of old identity, throwing things that you're forced to do like other people. Something about creating your own world, escaping regular people's way of living, maybe modern life, not sure. But don't worry, as you escape this, if this is modern life, look at you. You're living a very luxurious life. So it's not going to be suffering. It's just that you maybe this is financial liberation, you're being financially free. Maybe you're able to afford not being part of the way society is being imprisoned, something along these lines. But you're totally liberated and breaking free from a path that used to limit you and everyone else. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading as your past, present, and future. I wish you the best of luck. Awesome life story. May you always be blessed. This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.